5 signs the man you're talking to is not over his ex. I learned this the hard way, so.
Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, we'll be talking about signs that a man you're dating is not over his ex. So I've put the videos together so that you watch and learn. I'll be back to share my true sense.
5 signs the man you're talking to is not over his ex. I learned this the hard way, so take it from me. Don't tell nobody that though. One, and this is a dead giveaway sign. If he still has pictures and videos of them or her in his phone, that is a dead giveaway. Like, why is he still looking back at their pictures reminiscing? Like, if he was really over her, he would have been deleted that shit. 2 and 3 kind of goes hand in hand, so pay close attention. This annoying ass plain passing, like, damn, I'm trying to blow up on TikTok. Fuck you mean? 2, if he talks about her, like, do I even have to explain myself for this? If he was really over her, why would he be talking about her? And then a lot of the time, y'all ladies trying to make excuse because you like him. There's no excuse. Why is he talking about her? If he was really over her, she wouldn't even be a thought. 3, if he does talk about her, pay attention to how he talks about her. If his face turns all sad and mopey when he talks about her, he's definitely not over her. He's still her and he's still missing her. Or if he gets all angry and riled up when talking about her, like, bro, I hate this bitch, bro. I can't believe she did this to me, bro. Like, just thinking about her gets me so mad, this, and that. Like, if he gets all angry and riled up, that's a clear giveaway because he still holds emotion towards her. He's not over that girl. He may hate her, but she's still lingering in his mind, rent free. Somebody that's truly over their ex would talk about it in a calm manner. They either gonna talk about it in a calm manner or not at all. For example, they would talk about it like, yeah, me and my ex broke up. Stuff happens. It didn't work out. I prefer not to talk about it though, you know? That's how he would sound if he's really over his ex. Pay attention to this next one because a lot of girls see this as a good thing and it's really not, and I'm gonna explain why. If he tells you that you're doing something better than his ex. If he's like, oh my gosh, you could do this so much better than my ex. Girl, that's not a compliment. Run. He's comparing you to her. He has her on a pedestal and now he's rating where are you on a scale from 1 to his ex. That is not a compliment. You're a queen and you're your own person. You should not be compared to nobody. Last but not least, oh my goodness, I cannot stress this enough. If he does this, run. This is a dead giveaway. He is not over that girl. Don't call her a bitch. Oh my God, I cannot stress that enough. If a man says, don't call her a bitch, he has feelings for her. I don't care what he tells you, he's lying. He has feelings for her. Because why are you even defending another girl to me? If she's not your sister or cousin, someone in your family, you should not be defending another girl to me ever. And that is such a turn off, ladies. If he says don't call her a bitch, he is not over her. And he won't be for a very long time.
He's not over his ex. How do you know? How can you tell? If it's one thing that annoys me, it's when someone gets in a new relationship and they know they're not over their ex and they want to waste someone else's time. So I'm going to give you this tip, ladies. 3 ways to know he's not over his ex. And these are not in any particular order. These are 3 common ways to know. Number 1, he keeps talking about her. He still talks about her an awful lot. Whether it be bad or good, either he complains about her or he talks about all the negative things she did, or he just constantly talks about her. What they did the last time, or this, they went here, or whatever experience they had, he just brings her up an awful lot. Second way to tell is he keeps in touch with her family. He keeps in touch with her family so that even though the relationship is over with, he can still have some ties to her. He can still know if something's going on, and he wants to know what's going on in her life. And if things happen to not work out in her relationship, does he still have a chance? Third way to know, is he compares you to her. And that is the worst. Whether it be bad or good, even if he's telling you you're doing something better than she did, no, that is not a compliment. He is not over her. Anyway, let me know what you think. If you know any more ways to know a guy isn't over a girl, his ex, please let me know. Drop your comments. Thank you.
Never, I repeat, never get involved with a guy who is still involved with his ex. If a man is not over his ex, there is no place in his heart for you. Like, he doesn't even have to be talking to her. It's just the fact, like, he still thinks of her, still is bothered by the things she does. Like, if it's clear that he's not over his ex, don't. Just save yourself the trouble. And say you ask about their ex, and they come up with the answer like, oh yeah, I don't like her the way I used to like her, and I don't think I ever want to, like, be with her again. Like, if they just don't seem fully over their ex, don't even try. It'll save you the heartbreak, and trust me, you're worth way more than that. And if the ex is constantly popping back into their life and they're like still, like they get bothered by what their ex says and it's crystal clear that they're not over them, don't even try. Especially if you ask them if they're over them and they're like dodging the questions. Doesn't matter what they tell you. It doesn't matter if they tell you, oh, I like you, I see a potential of a relationship, blah, 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 blah. No matter what they say, don't believe them. It's jack shit. And don't be the type of girl to be like, oh, I can change him. Like, he'll get over his ex because like I'm the best person or like I'm perfect for him. Wrong, wrong, wrong. I don't care how cute he is. I don't care how dreamy he is. Does not matter.
If you're a girl, you need to understand that if the guy you're talking to, or your boyfriend even, constantly brings up his ex-girlfriend, just understand that means he could still be obsessed with her. That's a sign. Why does he need to bring up his ex out of the blue constantly? Here's the catch. This is something you seriously need to pay attention to, what I'm about to say right here, is he could bring her up in a negative way constantly. But if he's still bringing her up and he's bashing her name over and over and over again, it's obvious, to me at least, that he has not gotten over her. A man who has truly gotten over his ex is not going to feel the need to bash her name, to crap talk on her. He's going to wish her the best. It's going to be very rare where he's going to talk down about her or talk about her at all, unless if it truly relates to something. On top of that, if he has his ex-girlfriend blocked, run, because that means she still has some sort of emotional headspace in his head. Again, the catch, it could be hatred, and that's still a form of obsession.
Secret signs he is not over his ex-girlfriend. Starting off with number one, he compares you to his ex-girlfriend. For example, if he says something like, oh my god, that's so funny because back in my old relationship, my ex would be like this, and you're like this, should not be ever compared to his ex-girlfriend. It's obvious that when he compares you, he is not over his old relationship at all because he is thinking and reflecting and looking back at that relationship. I do feel like we all think about this, but we really just think about it in our minds. We never say it out loud, especially to our new talking stage. So I just feel like this is personally a big red flag. Next one is number two, and this is he calls her crazy. His ex is actually crazy, and that is obviously a different story. The thing about guys though is that they usually
That's a video, guys. So I'm just here also to share my true sense, like what I think about today's video. Signs that your man you're dating is not over his ex. So, ladies, have you ever been in a relationship where you felt like you were competing with a ghost? Everything seemed fine on the surface, but deep down, something feels off. Maybe it's the way he talks about his past, the way he hesitates when you ask a certain questions, or how his energy shifts when her names comes in. If you ever had that gut feeling that he's not fully present with you, you might be dealing with a man who is not over his ex. And trust me, that's a situation you don't want to ignore. When a man is still emotionally attached to his past relationship, it manifests its subtitle, but under denial. It's not always about him openly confessing he misses her. Sometimes it's in the little things he does, the way he behaves, and even the way he avoids certain topics. One major red flags he brings up way too often, if even when you didn't ask, somehow she always the part of the conversation. Whether it's reminding about the good old times or constantly making comparison in his mind, is still living in his past. And if he's still checking her on social media, that's another sign his heart is not fully moved on. Then there's the emotional unavailability. He might be physically present, but emotionally, he's holding back. You can feel it when he dodges deep conversation, hesitate before committing to future plans, or struggle to be vulnerable with you. A man who is still emotionally entangled with his ex will always have a wall up, no matter how much effort you put into the relationship. And let's not forget the inverse, okay? And another thing is, I don't want to put a label on things yet. Excuse. If he's hesitate to define the relationship, it could be because he's still mentally tied to someone else. Another major sign is how he reacts when she moves on. If he truly over her, he won't care who she's dating now. But if he suddenly start acting jealousy better or bitter or even uninterested, in her new life, that's a huge indication that he's still emotionally invested. Even if he claims he's just curious, his actions speak louder than his words. A man who has moved on won't be obsessing over her ex. Okay, and let's talk about intimacy. If he struggled to connect with you emotionally or physically, it could be because he's still longing for what he had with her. Maybe he avoids certain romantic gestures because they remind him of her, or ways he accidentally calls you by her name. That's not just a slip of the tongue, it's a sign that she's still copying space in his mind. The worst part, you will start to feel like a placeholder. When a man hasn't healed from his past, he might be using you as a distraction rather than truly investing in the relationship. And that's not fair to you. You deserve someone who is fully present, emotionally available, and ready to build something real with you, not someone who is still living in the shadows of their past. If any of this sounds familiar, it might be time to take a step back and really evaluate when this relationship is serving you. Are you genuinely happy, or are you constantly feeling like you are playing second to someone who is not even there? If he's not over his ex, no amount of love, patience, or effort from you will change that. Healing is his responsibility, not yours. So don't feel bad. Like, if someone is talking about their ex, please, it's better you just get over this person. Okay, they're not thinking about you. They're still thinking about their ex, and you can't be dating someone who is never been healed. So a unhealed man, it's not possible for the relationship to work. Okay, because I was listening to someone who was telling me that she's seeing a man, but this man is not over the ex. Okay, he still talk about the ex, and he's too insecure about other things. And how can you be dealing with an old man? It's very difficult. No matter how nice you can be, at a certain point, it becomes so overwhelming. And at the end of the day, it was coming like, I gave you all my money, and this money I'm supposed to give my children. You get my point? And how can you continue dating someone like that? Like, they're already showing you who they really are, and you can't just keep trusting such people. It's very hard to do with such people. And the other thing is that when you do something, no, my ex used not to do this. No, my ex used to cook like this. No, my ex is like, man, are you not done with your ex? Can we focus on us? Like, it's so overwhelming. And when you feel like you can't handle, please go out, because you won't manage, especially dealing with someone who's unhealed, because anything you do, though, you'll be compared to someone, and you don't want to be in competition with someone else. He needs to be ready to be in a relationship. He needs to learn that he needs to be ready, because you can't go in a relationship which you are unheard and you keep hurting others. Okay, yes, it happens to you, but can't you just move on and focus on us now? Because it's me who's with you in this relationship. You get my point? So if you're unhealed, please don't get into relationship to stress others. It's not nice. So that you're stressing your girl, she's doing things she's not supposed to do, she just to impress you. But at the end of the day, you say, no, this my ex did better like this. It's not fair. Okay, so don't date someone if you're not healed fully. If you are not healed, go to therapy so that they help you, because your girlfriend won't be your therapist. Mind you, she's not even your mother. She's just a girlfriend like that. So take it in mind. Okay. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next episode. Bye bye for now. Bye.